Hi everyone, and welcome to our session for those interested in higher degree research at our Graduate Research Academy. I'm Professor Jen Cornish, Academic Director of Graduate Research. Now I'm going to be taking you through a few things today in this session. We'll be looking at why would you want to do a research degree, what we would focus on as developing you as a researcher. We'll look at industry and internship opportunities and also international opportunities. We'll look at what pathways we offer, what your entry requirements will be, the scholarships that we have that are available, and of course how to apply to expand your mind with research at Macquarie University. So why would you want to do a research degree? Well, essentially it's something that you can study for a concerted amount of time that you're really passionate about. So this could be anywhere from 2 years to 3 years, depending on what degree you're enrolled in. So we have master's levels research degrees and we have PhD level research degrees. So this is a great chance for you to actually immerse yourself in something that you're really passionate about. You can also learn from and collaborate with leaders in your field. So at Macquarie University, we have so many exciting researchers that do really cool stuff that you'll just have the best fun learning from them and getting to know how to do research their way. So I do encourage you to look at the Macquarie website to see what researchers we have and their excellence in their fields. So you can do anything from neuroscience, engineering, business and economics, geography and planning, cultural studies, biology, name it, you can probably do it at Macquarie, so please come and check us out. You could also expand your creativity. By doing research, your mind gets to expand in a way that it hasn't had to do before. So it's a really good thing for your brain, and you will get to discover something that is unique and something that is new that you have found. And this piece of information that you will find can impact the world. It could be a little impact, it could be a really big impact, but nonetheless, it will impact our world. The other thing is that by getting a research degree, you really do enhance your employability options because you get so many more skills than what you would get from an undergraduate degree. And by having this PhD or master's, you would then have higher entry into your employment options. And the last thing, and probably the most crucial, is that research is really, really fun. I've been doing research now for 30 years in behavioural neuroscience, and it's what gets me up in the morning. I love it, and it's just finding that extra piece of the puzzle that makes research so exciting. Okay, so that's why I think you should do it. Now, for research and development, it's really important that we give you a really good experience to make you a well-rounded researcher. And we appreciate that, not all of you are going to become academics at the end of the day, all right? There's going to be opportunities for you in industry and doing other business opportunities. So it's really important that we make sure that we look at the 4 quadrants of being a researcher. And for those, if you look at the quadrants here, we offer over 150 training workshops that will help to achieve those goals in each of the quadrants of knowledge and intellectual abilities, personal effectiveness, research governance and organisation, and of course, engagement, influence and impact on the world. So we've got all of those workshops and we are developing more in that space. So as a researcher, developing you as a researcher, I've mentioned that we have fascinating research areas and we also have really excellent supervisors and supervisor training to help them on your journey. So with the engagement, influence and impact piece, we also want to make sure that you are exposed to industry placements or industry opportunities and also for going into international opportunities. So for industry and internship opportunities, we have a number of things that we can engage with. So for example, if you look on the left-hand side there, we have APR intern. So APR intern is a way for you to do an internship with industry. So for example, you could be working in Inventure and do 3D printing of cell cultures, or you could work for Electrotechnic for a short time and actually develop algorithms that are important for business. You can also do internships within Macquarie University labs, for example, if you wanted to. So you can do that in your master's degree. Also, we have the IMNIS program, so the Industry Mentoring Network in STEM. And this is where we get a business partner to actually mentor one of our candidates through their research journey and to help them commercialise what it is that they're working on. And the last thing that we have is the incubator. So the incubator is on Macquarie University campus. It's a great way for us to link in and to teach you how to think creatively, how to improve your design thinking, and how to pitch your research. So all of these things are really important for getting you into the workforce at the end of your degree. For international opportunities, we have a few of these. So in 2020, we had over 400 co-tutel and joint PhD candidates with more than 150 universities across the world. And this was led by 35 countries in China, Germany, and France were the main ones that we had. So with co-tutels, this means that you can have your degree basically based at both Macquarie and an international partner overseas, which means you can get 2 degrees for your PhD. We also have international exchange. So in your Masters of Research, for example, you can go over and share or do different units of study in your first year overseas while you're also studying in Australia. Now, I suggest that you look at the web link that I have on this page to help you to understand about co-tutels and joint PhD opportunities. Now, these are our program pathways, and I've mentioned already that we have both Masters and PhD. So with the Masters, there's Masters of Research and there's also Master of Philosophy. They're a little bit different. So the Masters of Research is a research training pathway. So up the top there you can see. It's a 2-year program. The first year is focused on looking at getting your skills within or understanding advanced content in your field. And the second year is all about writing that very important thesis that you're interested in. So with Australian candidates, the first year is called a Bachelor of Philosophy, with the second being the Master of Research. So this is also for permanent residents, not just Aussie citizens. For international candidates, the whole degree is called a Master of Research. So the important thing about the Masters of Research is that there's 2 entry points. So you could either come in at the first year, or if you've done some further study that makes you more qualified, you can come into the second year of the Master of Research and just do the research thesis. So this is if you've done honours or if you've done Masters by coursework, you can go straight into that second year, whether you're domestic or international. For the graduate research degrees that we have, or the further graduate research degrees that we have, as I mentioned, the Master of Philosophy is a 2-year degree, and then we have the Doctor of Philosophy, which is a 3-year degree. And as I mentioned earlier, there's lots of opportunities across these degrees to do both international and industry pathways or industry engagement. Now, so if you want to learn more about these degrees, please go to our How to Apply website. Now, we'll go into the entry requirements now. So I appreciate that this is a really busy slide, but while you're looking at it, you can read through it as I go through each bit, so we can take our time going through it. So importantly, again, the web link up the top is really important for you to go and have a look. So the Masters of Research, that's, as I said, that's our 2-year degree that has 1-year coursework and 1-year thesis. So for this, you need bachelor or a higher award from a recognised institution. So we're talking AQF 7 equivalent. You need a minimum overall GPA of about 4.38 on a 7-point scale, and at 300 level, you need to have a GPA of 5.25. Or you have 5.25 overall in the highest qualification attained if it's above a bachelor degree. Now, some areas at our university, some research areas or departments have higher GPA requirements, or they might request an additional portfolio of work required for admission. So please go to the How to Apply website to make sure you're ticking the right boxes. For the Doctor of Philosophy, you need to have completed a Master of Research with a grade of distinction level, so above 75% or greater in your second year. Or if you've done a Master of Philosophy, you can go straight into a PhD. Or if you've done a 2-year master's degree with a major research component at distinction level, so it's again 75% or greater. And these are AQF 9 equivalent. Now, when I'm talking about a major research component, I mean that 50% of the credit for the course or time devoted to the research. So you need to have done a substantial piece of work that's devoted to research within your master's degree. Okay, so sometimes peer-reviewed research output can be taken into consideration. So if you've done a master's by coursework, for example, but you've also done a couple of really good research papers, that will qualify you for getting into the PhD. So it's always good to ask. And finally, there is a Master of Philosophy, which is the MPhil. For this, you need to have completed a Master of Research with at least 65% in your second year. Or you could have a 2-year master's degree with a major research component at credit level, so 65% or greater. So there are entry requirements. Now, with scholarships, these are important. Obviously, if you're going to have that concentrated period of passionate research learning, you need to have time or money to keep you keep you living across that time. So it's a stipend. These scholarships are stipends. Again, check our How to Apply website for these as well. So if you wanted to apply for scholarships from Macquarie University, the main domestic, so Australian or permanent resident, those scholarships, the round for that closes at the end of October for the commencement of the following year. And in the main international scholarship round, this closes the end of July for commencement in the following year. Now, we do have a few externally funded scholarships. They do vary, so the amount that you get as well can vary. So please do check the link that I've got there for you to have a look at. We also have for the MRes a new Road to Research scholarships. So these are for people that are coming into the second year of the MRes, and it's basically giving them that 1 year of funding to keep them going through their MRes thesis year. So these are open until the end of November. So for the Road to Research scholarships, there are a few eligibility requirements. So you have to be eligible for admission to MRes Year 2 in the upcoming Semester 1 for the following year. You must have completed, or you could have completed, an MQ coursework program in the past year, and you must be onshore, so you're not intending to leave Australia. Okay, so it's basically people that have done Macquarie coursework, they can go into their Road to Research scholarships with their MRes in the second year. So there's other scholarships you can look for. Just look at the scholarship search and see what you can find. It's always good to have a look for these things. But having said that, you don't have to have a scholarship to do these degrees, but it's good if you have one. All right, so when should you apply? Again, look at our website. But essentially for the Master of Research applications, the application date closes for Semester 1. It closes in mid-September from the year prior. And for applications for Semester 2, they close at the end of March of the same year. So again, as I said, check our How to Apply website. The PhD applications are accepted all year, so please come and join us whenever you like. And it's really important that when you are applying, that you connect with your research supervisors. So you can see there on the right, I have your Find Your Supervisor website. It's really important you look in there, you type in there what it is that you're interested in, and see what supervisors come up. So do contact them and see if they're interested in taking you on, because sometimes they may not have enough time to look after you, because they need to make sure they can look after you properly. So it's always good to connect. All right, so I think the last thing for you to do is to basically apply to start your research journey with us. We'd love to see you here. So for any inquiries, please go to grinquiries@mq.edu.au. So I hope that this session's given you some insight into higher degree research at Macquarie University at our new Graduate Research Academy. If you have any questions about research degrees at Macquarie, whether it's about the application process or which program is right for you, please reach out to us at that inquiries email, or you can call us on 02 9850 4741. Okay, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon at Macquarie.